Okay, I think we're good to go. I'll go ahead and kick things off. If you guys have a question for Fabrice, please use the raise my hand option. Fabrice, a few days now from the home opener, the team actually got to train at the stadium today. How's that experience and how is the team navigating preparations for the first match here at Shell Energy Stadium?
Yeah, it's been really good to just be home for a day and just kind of remember just what that experience is going to be like. Obviously, all the positive news of the amount of fans that we'll have at the game, I think is really exciting for staff and players. So, yeah, we're really excited. Obviously, coming off from a 1-0 victory, a very gritty performance. Very excited to see how things go this Saturday.
Thank you for that. We'll take a few questions here in the room just in case, and then we'll transition over to Zoom. Danny, algo?
Yes. Coach, después de lo que se ha trabajado en en la decisión del inicio, ganando fuera de casa, ¿qué esperan para este evento?
What do you anticipate from Saturday's match, given how the team started with a victory on the road and is now coming here to play here at Shell Energy Stadium?
Yeah, I think the one word is consistency. So I think that's something we learned last year. We would have some like really great performances and then sometimes inconsistency. So a mark of a great team is consistently showing up and also understanding what it took for us to get a result there. Sure, football, but really it was the mentality that we had, the grit, the togetherness that we need to have going into this game.
El balance de lo que vive este team para esta new season. ¿Cuál cree que es fuerte de su grupo?
What would you say the strengths are of the team navigating some new additions and just the general makeup coming into this game?
I would say overall, if you look at even who we started in the last game, I would say overall the mentality in terms of we have a growth mindset. Even veterans are very humble and teachable and want to grow. And when you have that throughout the group, you can really build something special. So I would say that would be the number one thing that I've seen. And then also, to be honest, the quality of our players has increased, and so you have some high level players that have come in, whether it's a veteran like Mackenzie or maybe a rookie like a Cat Radar. Like you have everything in between, plus already the players that have been with us in year one. Now we're not layering so many new things. Now we're just hitting the ground running. But the mentality and the mindset, I think, is our biggest positive for this year.
Justin, go ahead.
Hey Fabrice,
How's it going?
good. The news of Yasmin and Delaney getting sold to Denver. Just your thoughts on that and bringing in more available money for the club and adding players, and just how much that shows the trust that you guys have in the players, especially the rookies that are on the roster.
Yeah, look, I think one thing I'd say is our whole organization as a whole, like we operate so well in sync, and so there has been a plan, and there'll continue to be a plan, and this is just one part of it. If you actually look at it, it's a huge opportunity. If you look at the actual numbers and all those things, it's actually a real positive in terms of how we can reinvest into our club, and we're very excited with the current group we have and the potential players that we'll be bringing in.
And just looking ahead to this weekend, I know Boston expansion side. Is it tougher to get ready for, you've only seen one game out of them with their preseason, but is it tougher for you guys as a coaching staff and getting the players ready for a team that maybe you don't know as much about?
Yeah, of course, obviously there's preseason games you can look at, but yeah, you just never know, especially, with new coaches, new experiences in the league, a lot of new players, right? I think I heard close to half maybe have not played in this league. So yeah, you don't really have a database to go off of, but that's also part of the excitement as you prepare. It's kind of nice sometimes when you don't have to. So we have to really, fine tune everything, make sure we're aligned on all the what if scenarios, if anything were to happen. So yeah, we're excited.
And just last one for me, just I know Messiah was out last weekend, Kate's injury. Do you have any updates on just availability for this weekend?
No,
Thanks, Fabrice.
thank you.
Diego, go ahead.
Hey Fabrice.
How's it going?
Good. I want to kind of piggyback a little off of Dustin's question. Traore, I mean, displayed a lot of danger against Gotham. I obviously, you guys have had a handful of time to scout and to kind of like pick apart Boston. Do you see her speed causing specific troubles for the Dash, or do you see it more of like a collective threat from Boston?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a big threat. I mean, if you look at our last opponent, Ludmilla, pretty much in the same category, right? And so if you look at how many times did Ludmilla actually get in behind the back line, obviously I know San Diego had a lot of chances more in the second half of the game. But yeah, I mean, we definitely have a game plan for someone who's as fast. And to be fair, I don't think there's one NWSL opponent that doesn't have that speed threat, if I'm being honest. So it's always going to be pretty much part of our game plan.
And then playing at home, last season there were some struggles at home, whereas away, y'all seem to have a lot more favorable results. Do you have any mind on that? Is it just a new season, a new mentality, or what's the feeling going into this opener?
We actually ended the season with 5 unbeaten at home. Is that correct? So if you actually look at the second half of the season, which I would say is a good sample of what we're looking to do this year, it was actually really positive. It actually became a fortress. I don't think there was one game where we lost in the second half of the season. So yeah, because we had five away games. So I actually thought the way we ended at home was a real positive. And I think with the added fans coming into this first home opener, it's going to be added motivation to make sure we start on the front foot for sure.
And then finally for me, um, you are now into season two. You kind of have the idea of the identity that you want your team to play around, and kind of the culture that you want to build. Um, Boston, on the other hand, like Dustin mentioned, is just starting from complete scratch. Do you think your ability to rely on that identity is going to be a strength in this weekend's game?
Yeah, look, I think I was speaking to our staff the other day, and we feel we're miles ahead of where we were last year at this time. Miles ahead. And so I think that's a reflection, obviously, all the work that happened last year, but just our processes, right? Being sharper in our processes, whether it's how we communicate, whether it's game day processes, whether it's reviews, whatever it is, our processes are light years ahead of where they were last year. And also how we're coaching and raising the standards. So overall, yeah, no, I'm really pleased with where we're at, and we just got to keep hitting the ground running.
Thanks, Fabrice. Best of luck.
Awesome, thank you.
Andres, go ahead.
Hey Fabrice, first of all, congratulations on the opening win against San Diego this past weekend. I wanted to ask about the obviously with Kate Fossey being missing potentially for this weekend. Would it be a good opportunity to have Clarissa Laracy more involved, or is it more so the same involving the best squad available for this weekend?
Yeah, look, Clarissa's part of the discussions in terms of who we could consider up there as well. There's some other options. You have Messi, potentially even Kiki. So you have a few options that we can use up there. So yeah, definitely one. And the good news, whether Clarissa starts or comes in, we know how much she can impact the game. Obviously, her speed, her ability to run in behind, like her energy, like it's electric, and it definitely raises our group. So yeah, definitely someone to be in consideration.
Gotcha. And of course, last one for me. Big home opener coming up this weekend. Big crowd expected, and of course we do have expansion side Boston Legacy coming over. Also with the return of Barbara Olivieri to Houston. Are you have like, expectations coming into this game? Obviously, you have to share specific game plans, but any thoughts on the expansion side, and of course the return of Barbara Olivieri?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's a game that, we're coming out almost like every game, like we're competing to win 100%. And so we need to make sure we're coming in with that mindset, and we want our home to be a fortress. And so that's the mentality, regardless of result that we can't always control, in terms of our performance, how we show up, who we want to be and who we want to reflect, when the fans watch us needs to be at the forefront of our mind. And if we have that, I know performances and results will take care of themselves. And look, Barb had a huge impact on this team, obviously hometown player, and we definitely valued her time here. And again, I would say it's just like another player on the opposition when it comes to preparation. And so we're looking forward to the matchup that Boston Legacy will bring.
Thank you, Fabrice. Best of luck this weekend.
Awesome, thank you.
We'll get the ball rolling here shortly. I'll go ahead and kick things off, and we'll take any questions, whether here in the room or on Zoom. Danny, back at home, the team actually got to train at the stadium today. What was that experience like, and how's the team navigating preparations for what's to come here on Saturday?
Yeah, I think the team is really excited to get back in front of our fans. Shell Energy is just a different environment for us, and we're just really excited to be there. And it was nice to get out there and train today, on the surface. And I think the team is in a good spot after last weekend's win.
Thank you for that. Dustin, go ahead.
Hey, Danny.
Hi.
Hey, just want to ask you, you guys have a number of young players. Four rookies started last game. As one of the veterans on the team, how have you seen that growth, and how do you help those players along with, especially early in the season like this?
Yeah, the young ones have been great this year. I think just being able to see their growth over preseason has been huge, and they bring a different type of energy that we've been looking for. And I mean, you could see in our last game, they are constantly running, making runs behind, working for the team. And I think that energy helped us get a win on the weekend. So it's been nice to see and bring them in, and we're excited for what's to come with them.
Yeah, and one of those young players, Maggie, playing in the midfield along with you, she got that assist last week. We saw a great assist. What have you seen from Maggie's growth and getting to play with her?
Yeah, Maggie's been great. I think that last year she had to play a few different roles for us, but I think that her in that sixth position has been really huge for us. She covers a lot of ground. She breaks lines with her passes, and as you saw last weekend, she can play a final pass. So her growth has been amazing. It's really helped the team get to where we are today.
And just last one for me, you guys get to play at home again. I know last season you guys ended the home season with that big win over Kansas City. Now you get to see the fans again. Looks like a good turnout's going to be there. Just what can you expect from the playing the first home game, and just a message you guys have for the fans?
Yeah, I think that win last year against Kansas City, brought different vibes to our home games, and I think that we're excited to get back out there. We wanted to leave the fans with something special last year, and we're a little bit disappointed with how the season ended and where we stood in the and just missing playoffs, but we're excited to get back out there and show them what we got this year.
Thanks, Danny. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
Diego, go ahead.
Hey, Danny.
Hi.
To start off, just I mean, a phenomenal game from your very own goalkeeper, Jane Campbell. I mean, considering that maybe she's not expected to put on those performances game in and game out, where do you see maybe you as a midfielder, but as a team in general, kind of like filling in those holes and those gaps that way, those kinds of performances isn't an everyday expectation.
Yeah, I mean, Jane was world class last weekend. I think that that saved us in the game. And I think we, as a group, just defended so well. We defended the boxes. They had a lot of set pieces, and it was kind of a collective group effort. But I think Jane, was the main one that kind of saved us. So, she's great. And it's always nice to have a keeper in goal that can, it's like a get out of jail free card. So that's good for us.
And then now you're heading into a game against Boston where you might not have the most information from them because, admittedly, they might not have enough or as much from themselves. I asked Fabrice this question, but since you now on to year two with Fabrice have this culture and this identity, do you see that kind of being a big strength coming into that game?
Yeah, I think that culture will go a long way in this game. I mean, we don't know much about them. We watched a few games and have a few video clips from them, but we don't know how they're going to match up against us. And I think the main part is sticking together and problem solving and figuring it out all as a collective. And that starts with our culture and what we've built this year. So I'm excited to see how we do this weekend.
And then final question, since this is my first time speaking with you this season, if you would like to, outline some goals that you have throughout the season, a little more big picture.
Yeah, I think as a like a team goal, I think I want to make playoffs with this team. I think we have something really special here, and we eventually want to win a championship. And I think individually, I think just staying healthy, especially as I get older, and helping lead the younger ones in any way I can by communicating more on the field and problem solving and helping them feel comfortable in their positions.
Awesome. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
¿Algo de usted, Danny?
Yes, one question. ¿Cómo ve el grupo anímicamente después de la victoria en San Diego? para enfrentar su casa.
So in terms of just the energy around the group, the dynamic, what's that been like now that you guys have one game under your belt, got a big 3 points, and now shift the attention here to the game on Saturday?
Yeah, I think the energy is great from the group. I think after the game last week, and I think we obviously realized we need to have a lot more quality in on the ball and stuff, but I think that we showed a gritty performance. It was all mentality, and I think that just starts again with the culture this group has. We're sticking together and we're figuring it out, and every week we're going to show that we've gotten better and our quality is just increasing.